Breaking news tonight, America's war with Iran expanding with new strikes today and the promise of a bigger wave to come as at least 6 U.S. service members are killed. A new round of punishing strikes today.
This operation is a clear, devastating, decisive mission.
The dramatic video, an American F-15 dropping from the sky, shot down by friendly fire. New images of those pilots safe on the ground. By air, sea, and land, American forces taking out Iranian ballistic missile sites and Navy ships. And our new reporting on the decision to launch the attacks.
This was our last best chance to strike.
The go message from the president.
Operation Epic Fury is approved. No aborts. Good luck.
Iran hitting back across the region.
My God.
Their new threat tonight that could send gas prices even higher. Plus, what we're learning about an Iranian school full of children that was hit, and the growing questions about the war's objectives as more U.S. forces go in.
We'll go as far as we need to go to advance American interests.
Our correspondents spread across the region. Also tonight, the new details in that deadly shooting rampage at a bar in Texas. Was that attack in response to the war in Iran? The new Clinton deposition videos. You'll hear what the former president and Secretary of State said when questioned about Jeffrey Epstein and what prompted this.
I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home.
Plus, emergency landing. Passengers evacuated from this United Airlines plane on slides as smoke poured out of the plane. The dangerous hot air balloon rescue. How first responders saved 2 people dangling nearly 1,000 feet above ground after crashing into a cell phone tower.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas.
And good evening. We begin tonight with the war spreading rapidly across the Middle East as President Trump reveals the U.S. operation is only just beginning. The war already claiming at least 6 American service member lives, a top general warning that number will rise. The U.S. hitting more than 1,000 targets so far as it works to sink the country's Navy, destroy its ballistic missiles, end the country's nuclear ambitions, and stop the regime from terrorizing the region. Now chaos gripping the Middle East, an American fighter jet, you see it right here, spinning out of control. One of 3 U.S. planes shot down accidentally by Kuwait. Video capturing one pilot parachuting down, you see it here, after they all safely ejected, another showing a pilot on the ground. And in nearby Bahrain, remarkable footage shot from inside the building showing the moment a drone slammed into a high-rise, exploding in a ball of fire. You can see another angle here. And tonight there are growing questions about how long this war will go on and what the objectives are. And as Iran threatens a key distribution route for oil, gas prices are already going up here at home. So how high will they go? We've got this covered from around the globe, the Middle East to Washington, but we start with Richard Engel in Tel Aviv.
New strikes across Tehran tonight as the U.S. Israeli war on Iran is expanding, systematically destroying Iran's military, blowing up its missiles, and killing its leaders. President Trump saying it could last 4 to 5 weeks.
We will easily prevail. We're already substantially ahead of our time projections, but whatever the time is, it's okay.
The Pentagon today announcing it's sending more troops and fighter jets to join the operation, which President Trump launched at 3:38 p.m. on Friday.
The president directed, and I quote, Operation Epic Fury is approved. No aborts. Good luck, close quote.
But the war is also spreading to new countries with new risks. In Saudi Arabia, drones targeting the U.S. embassy in the capital, Riyadh, a fire breaking out there. A Saudi official telling NBC News there were no injuries. In Kuwait, 3 U.S. fighter jets were shot down and seen plummeting from the sky. The Pentagon said it was friendly fire, that the jets were hit by Kuwaiti missile defense systems. The crews all ejected and survived. In this video, you can see a parachute on the ground and what appears to be an American pilot in the back of an SUV, looking healthy but rattled. As the Pentagon announced, at least 6 American service members have been killed. The Pentagon saying it now has total air superiority over Iran, allowing the U.S. to hunt down the missile launchers Iran is using to carry out attacks, including against Israel, where an Iranian missile made it through air defenses this morning. Prime Minister Netanyahu touring a town where 9 Israelis were killed by another Iranian strike. Iran is not just hitting Israel, but multiple Arab countries. Iranian fighter jets attacked Qatar, but were shot down, according to the Qatari military. In Bahrain, Iranian drones hitting residential high-rise buildings. In Kuwait, the international airport damaged by an Iranian drone strike. And tonight, Iran targeting Saudi Arabia, with damage seen in these oil fields. The Washington Post reporting over the past month, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has urged President Trump to attack Iran, according to 4 people familiar with the matter. And we've learned the U.S. and Israeli strikes were launched on Saturday because intelligence showed Iran's supreme leader would be at a meeting of senior officials that morning, according to 2 sources briefed on the matter. In addition to Ayatollah Khamenei, the U.S. says 49 leaders from the Iranian regime have been killed. Iran has not confirmed all of the deaths.
We also projected 4 weeks to terminate the military leadership, and as you know, that was done in about an hour, so we're ahead of schedule there by a lot.
While inside Iran, officials say a girls' school was hit this weekend with dozens killed. The U.S. says it's investigating. There have been demonstrations supporting the Iranian regime, but also Iranians celebrating the death of the Ayatollah, his government deeply unpopular among many Iranians. All as President Trump laid out the objectives of the U.S. mission.
We're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis. Second, we're annihilating their navy. We've knocked out already 10 ships. They're at the bottom of the sea. Third, we're ensuring that the world's #1 sponsor of terror can never obtain a nuclear weapon. And finally, we're ensuring that the Iranian regime cannot continue to arm, fund, and direct terrorist armies outside of their borders.
President Trump saying Iran walked away from negotiations, but a senior negotiator directly involved tells NBC News talks were making progress and were scheduled to resume. For now, no U.S. ground troops appear to be involved, although the Pentagon is not ruling them out.
This is not Iraq. This is not endless. I was there for both. We'll go as far as we need to go to advance American interests, but we're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years.
While Secretary of State Rubio suggesting this operation is about to intensify.
The hardest hits are yet to come from the U.S. military.
Richard and his team join us live tonight from a bombed-out building there in Tel Aviv. And Richard, Israel and U.S. forces still very much on alert tonight as Iran continues to fire. And now there's a new warning tonight from the State Department.
There is, Tom. Good evening. This building was hit by an Iranian missile. 1 woman was killed. And you can see that even with the risk, even with ongoing attacks against this city, construction crews are here clearing away debris. And the State Department, just a short while ago, issued a warning to American citizens to evacuate from 14 countries in the Middle East, including Israel, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt.
Richard Engel with that new warning tonight. Richard, we thank you, and we're learning more about how this military operation unfolded and where it's going from here. Our senior national security correspondent, Courtney Kuby, joins us live now. And Courtney, you have details about President Trump giving the military the final order to proceed?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. The first wave of strikes began with tomahawks fired from Navy ships and long-range precision munitions fired from aircraft outside Iran, taking out air defenses and paving the way for manned aircraft. Next up, B-1 and B-2 bombers began flying in, striking hardened underground missile sites and vertical silos with huge bombs to penetrate deep underground. Over 1,200 targets already hit. President Trump saying a big wave is still to come, and while officials won't speculate, one possibility remains the nuclear program, which so far has not been struck. One U.S. official said the goal of the operation is to hit hard and overwhelm Iran as quickly as possible, ideally in weeks, not months. Tom?
All right, Courtney, thank you. Now to the White House, where the Trump administration is defending its decision to attack Iran amid Democratic criticism. Gabe Gutierrez joins us now live from the White House. And Gabe, Secretary of State Marco Rubio speaking to lawmakers late tonight?
Yeah, Tom. Secretary Rubio saying there was absolutely an imminent threat to justify this operation. He argues that the Trump administration knew Israel was preparing to strike Iran, and that if the U.S. had waited for Iran to retaliate, Americans would have suffered higher casualties. Still, there has been mixed messaging here. Rubio and Hegseth saying today that regime change is not the goal, although the administration would like to see it happen. Those comments coming after President Trump urged Iranian protesters who recently faced a brutal government crackdown to take to the streets again and topple the regime. Rubio and other top officials expected to continue briefing Congress tomorrow. Tom?
All right, Gabe, our thanks to you. And tensions are high once again across the Gulf tonight, with several countries targeted by Iranian attacks, including Dubai, where our Keir Simmons is reporting tonight.
Tonight, conflict is spiraling and spreading to Iraq, Lebanon, and as Gulf countries threaten to join this growing war. Iran targeting major cities in the Middle East with hundreds of missiles and drones, including this one in Bahrain. First the buzz, then the blast. Dubai's iconic hotels hit, many Iranian munitions still being shot down today. Here a burst of smoke beside the world's tallest building, and the moment of impact at another hotel.
I just heard this really loud bang.
Alex Bouquet, who runs an American firm, fled to an Airbnb in the desert.
We grabbed our passports as well. And we just started driving off.
This was Dubai Airport over the weekend and nearby Abu Dhabi. Thankfully, passengers have been evacuated. Thousands of flights cancelled in a region that is a critical hub for the world's commercial airlines. Sarah Metty from Tennessee is in Dubai for her 20th wedding anniversary. She found herself filming munitions exploding outside their hotel.
What are you thinking when you're filming this?
That I've got to be in a dream. This can't be real. I never in a million years thought this would happen.
They've been urged to stay inside.
I just want to get home to the kids. I miss them terribly.
Iran's objective in all this, to pressure its neighbors, to tell Washington, call off the war.
And this is far from over. Keir Simmons joins us live from Dubai. And Keir, I'm being told there are now new attacks in Dubai tonight.
That's right, Tom. I just heard a series of loud booms echo across this city. Another barrage of missiles from Iran. Tom, tens of thousands of Americans live in this region. Tom?
Keir Simmons, please stay safe tonight. There is also a new threat from Iran around the critical Strait of Hormuz, where much of the world's oil passes through, with implications for the prices you pay at the pump. Christine Romans is here tonight. And Christine, Iran with a very serious threat.
Yeah, and Tom, what happens to oil prices depends on what happens here in the Strait of Hormuz. It's a narrow waterway where about 20% of global oil passes through. And tonight, Iranian state media is saying Iran will set fire to any ship trying to pass through here. You can already see shipping there at a virtual standstill. Oil prices jump today, and every dollar that oil prices rise translates to about 2.5 cents for a gallon of gas. That means, for example, $10 spike in oil, 25 cents at the pump, and American wallets are already feeling this, Tom, these surging oil prices. The national average for a gallon of regular gas today topping $3. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the administration anticipated this and will announce steps to mitigate it tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see what that plan is all about. Christine, thank you. Back here at home to the new details about the gunman accused of carrying out a deadly attack in downtown Austin and what police are saying about his possible ties to terrorism. Priscilla Thompson has more.
Tonight, authorities are investigating the deadly rampage at an Austin beer garden as a potential act of terrorism. The gunman, police say, was a 53-year-old naturalized citizen from Senegal with a possible history of mental health issues. Multiple sources say he unleashed the attack wearing an Iranian flag shirt and a Property of Allah sweatshirt the day after Iran's supreme leader was killed by the U.S. and Israel.
We reached out to our federal partners to assist in this resource-intensive scene and to address concerns of potential terrorism.
Investigators are searching the suspect's home and sifting through this massive crime scene, searching for a motive and potential ties to terrorism.
This is a around-the-clock, 24-hour investigation.
21-year-old Savitha Shawn and 19-year-old Ryder Harrington were killed. More than a dozen others wounded, while police work to determine if there's any connection between what happened here and the war in the Middle East. Many are on high alert.
As long as this war is going on, make sure we all remain vigilant.
Priscilla Thompson, NBC News, Austin.
When we return in 60 seconds, the videos just released what Bill and Hillary Clinton said about their connections to Jeffrey Epstein. Plus, midair rescue, how crews rescued these people stuck in a hot air balloon. That's next. We're back now with video just into our newsroom of Bill and Hillary Clinton's depositions about Jeffrey Epstein. Ryan Nobles has been pouring through the tapes.
Tonight, the House Oversight Committee releasing all 9 hours of the depositions of Bill and Hillary Clinton as part of their investigation into Jeffrey Epstein.
Have you ever engaged in sexual activity with a person introduced to you by Jeffrey Epstein?
No. Bill Clinton testifying he had no knowledge of Epstein's crimes, and he had no reason to believe that President Trump knew anything either.
The only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s. And I have no information that he did anything wrong.
Clinton pressed by both Republicans and Democrats about his repeated appearances in the Epstein files, including this photo of him in a hot tub with a woman.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Did you engage in any sexual activity with this person?
Both Clintons have denied any wrongdoing and have never been accused of any crimes related to Epstein. The former Secretary of State's deposition got off to a rocky start when she discovered Congresswoman Lauren Boebert took a picture of her and shared it with a conservative influencer.
I'm done with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home.
She denied ever meeting Epstein, at times growing visibly frustrated with the questioning.
I am so tired of answering that question. If you have one scintilla of evidence to the contrary, put it forward. I have never been on his island, period. I've never been in his homes, his offices, his anything.
Republicans asking her off-topic questions on issues like UFOs and even internet conspiracy theories.
And the former secretary told the committee that the possibility of Jeffrey Epstein working for an intelligence agency was, quote, an absolutely essential question for you to try and examine and get answers for. Tom?
All right, Ryan, thank you. We're back in a moment with a United plane engine catching fire. The passengers forced to evacuate by slides. That's next. We're back now with a plane evacuation caught on camera. Video shows passengers using slides to get off a United Airlines flight at Los Angeles International Airport as smoke pours out the back. United says the issue forced the jet bound for New Jersey to turn around, but that no one was injured. Now to a rescue nearly 1,000 feet in the air after a hot air balloon collided with a cell phone tower. Sam Brock now with the incredible video.
In heart-pounding moments high above the East Texas terrain, a pair of hot air ballooners were left clinging for life.
That basket is swinging and moving with them in it, and those gusts of wind.
Their canopy wrapped near the top of a 1,000-foot cell phone tower on Saturday, with a trio of drones capturing depth and critical information. How many situations have you ever come across like this one?
None. This is pretty unprecedented.
But 14 members of the Longview Fire Department and rope rescue specialists Stephen Winchell and Cliff Patrick charged up the tower anyway, with a ladder only a foot wide. Do you personally get nervous climbing that high, knowing what's standing in front of you?
Yes, most assuredly. I have been open about the fact, I reminded him maybe 500 or 600 feet up, that I don't like heights.
Yet in those moments, the firefighters grabbed webbing from the terrified man and woman in the balloon, stabilized stabilized their canopy, and 2 hours later lifted them down to safety.
Once we had them secured to the tower, it was a great sigh of relief for me, knowing that the worst was behind everybody at that point.
A miracle maneuver of Texas-sized proportions. Sam Brock, NBC News.
That's Nightly News for this Monday. I'm Tom Llamas. Thanks so much for watching. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.